So, found this creek in my area, and I was going to explore a little bit. That drains into local sewer system. I was going to go that way and go to where it bubbles out of the ground. Just let me get the camera in a good spot so y'all can see where I'm going without me having to use up both of my hands. Before I start, I'm just gonna say this could get a little dangerous. I do know what I'm doing. I have told someone where I'm going, and don't try this at home unless you actually do know what you're doing. So let's get started. So yeah, we're just gonna have to cross the stream here. Fortunately, most of my clothes are waterproof, at least the outer layers. And I've also waterproofed my backpack, which does have a first aid kit if y'all are worried about that. Which, if you're gonna do something like this, I got a stick in my face, sorry. If you're ever going out in the woods like this, you should definitely have some stuff. Just getting some limbs out of my face. By the way, this is incredibly dumb, and please don't try it at home. Someone is a trained professional. Yeah, my boots are nice having these waterproof. Right. But this place is pretty cool. So, I just wanted to show you, little creek. During the colder and rainier months of the year, this is here, and as you can tell, flowing and feeding the wildlife here. But during the summer months, when it gets hot and there's less rain, and I mean hot, I mean like really hot, like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. If you don't live in the United States, I'm sorry. You look that up. Yeah. So this is entirely dependent on the weather and how much rain we're getting. It rained earlier today, filled up the creek. In June and July, when it's really hot and we don't get a lot of rain, this is empty. Y'all see that foam right there? That is because right there, a little water got stagnant and a lot of bacteria live in there, so it built up, produced oxygen. I would not recommend drinking this water, at least without boiling it first. Okay, seems to be going around these rocks. I will be avoiding the foaming stuff, using these, trying to get my bag through. Yeah, you see all the, I don't know if y'all see all these leaves and stuff that get in the water. Like most water that you get out of your sink or water fountains, that stuff has been cleaned. So that stuff is safe to drink. This is water I found in the ground, and don't drink it. Seems, this part's a little dry, but somehow water's getting through. See a little more through there, right there. I guess it's a little drier part. No, it's just buried under these leaves. It's a good reminder to be careful of where I put my feet. Coming across a little bridge here in a little bit. That this part isn't as doesn't seem to have as much water. Well, of course, this is a little wider than some of the stuff we've seen. And it does have a good amount of water. Don't look like much with being more spread out and buried under the foliage. Here's a particularly large tree that's probably very old. I'd say at least 500 years, but I wasn't there back then, so don't quote me. Sorry, pick up. Yeah, just right over the bridge. See more water here. To keep going. Yeah, seems to be. Oh no, found more. Of course, it was buried under the leaves. Oh yeah, this area is. It's kind of hard to see where all the water is. But you see this little ditch, that is where it'd normally be flowing. Now, I don't think it comes from that side of the rock. It generally comes from my left-hand side. By the way, I do know, I have been here before, so I do know where I'm going. I kind of know what I'm talking about. See how it's coming from this direction? I mean, when it really rains, there's probably a little draining from that way, but we're gonna go this way. Very visible water. Oh, it's a lot of rock. Gonna watch my step here. And I have a duck over here. A lot of tall grass. Definitely gonna have trouble seeing where it is now. My boots are totally soaked. Definitely more miserable. These weren't waterproof, but pretty cool out here. It goes that way. Gonna try and fall. Yeah, let's keep going. I got prickle bushes. Those are annoying. Yeah, it kind of, and that gets stuck in my pants. Good, prickle bushes. Seems to have branched off a couple places right there. So, let's keep going. seems goes back up right here. It seems to have roughly stopped. Huh. That seems to be abruptly stopped, but I can still see a little flow of water right here. So let's go. I think a branch got stuck on my back. Yeah, got it off. I guess these boots are only waterproof to a certain point, because I definitely feel water inside my boots. No bueno. Soggy socks are never very good. But gotta keep going. Again, this is why you should always have a second pair of socks, because you may end up getting wet ones. So yeah, this creek over the second bridge. Here is the big pool of stuff. Yeah, a little more water's coming from this way. I think the river has run dry. So thanks for watching, and see you soon, I guess. Hey guys, this is a later me. I have found a really far back part of the creek that I was going to explore, but small issue, that's barbed wire. It kind of ends like over there where it kind of just goes into the ground, but thing is, this may be considered trespassing, and I think that I can't tell if this is someone's yard. I know like over there's someone's house, but I don't know if this is their property, and I'm not going to record myself committing a crime, so unfortunately I cannot do that.